Take this trim piece off. You can use a trim tool. Just get underneath here. It's just clipped on. Just like that. There's some clips, and some of those clips stayed in the door, so try to pull those out. Put those back on the trim piece. Now I'm going to remove this cover. Just use a pick and just try to grab that. There's a little tab on there. Just take that off. There's another cover down here. Just use your pick and just get underneath it. Pop it out. There's a cover right here. Pop that one off. That one should just hang out like that. And then also one under here. With all those covers popped off, now we can access the screws. Use a Phillips head screwdriver. There's two right here. Take these out. In here, take this screw out. Same Phillips head screwdriver. And take this screw out. And under here. Now with a trim tool, get underneath the door panel and just pop it out. There should be some door clips all around the perimeter. Just like that. Grab the door panel, just slide it up a little bit. Now where the cables are, there's some clips that hold this piece on. So just take your trim tool, get underneath, just pop it out, just like that, and that's going to stay with the door. And flip the door panel over and disconnect the connector right here. It's just a little button. Just use a small screwdriver and pop that clip out and just slide the connector out. We're going to remove the vapor barrier. There's a little pin right here. Just get a trim tool and just try to get underneath that pin or grommet and just slide this down. It just peels off. You don't have to take it off completely, just peel it off so it's out of your way. I want to just get this barrier moved a little more, so I'm going to take this wire off. Just pop this retainer out and disconnect the connector. Push on that little tab and slide it out of the way. We're going to have to hook this connector back up because we want to lower the window slightly. So take the door panel, connect this connector. Now I'll turn the key on and lower the window down. And just lower the window to about that location where you can see those two bolts. And disconnect the connector and take the key out. With a 10mm socket, take these two bolts out. When you take this other bolt out, just be careful of the glass. It shouldn't fall. It's locked in there pretty good, but just be careful. And you can grab the glass and slide it up. And it would help if you had another person helping you out to hold this. And then take some tape and tape the glass up. And depending how thick your tape is, about 3 pieces or 4 pieces should be enough. Make sure your glass is clean too. If the glass isn't clean, the tape's not going to stick. Should be good. Now take these bolts out down here. Use a 10mm socket. And right here, this bolt out. Also this one. And grab the regulator. You gotta slide it over a little bit. Disconnect the connector on the window motor. Push down, slide it off. Now we can slide it back and slide it out. Now slide the new one in pretty much the way the old one came out. Bottom first. Slide it all the way towards the front of the door and then towards the back side so you can get the connector connected. Connect the connector. Make sure it locks in place. And slide this back in position. Make sure this looks good like that. And get all the bolts started first before you tighten them down. Now we'll snug all of those down. Now with the regulator all installed and those bolts are tight, then we can lower the window down, but make sure this bracket is in the correct location so that we can add the bolts. Carefully remove the tape. You should probably have one hand underneath here holding the glass. Again, if you had a helper doing this, it would probably help out. Slowly lower the glass so the bracket lines up. And what you want to do is take the window and make sure the window goes back to the flat part of the door. And put those bolts in. So right before I tighten this up completely, just again double check, push the window back towards the door. You can always come back and adjust this later if you have to. And you can torque these bolts to 7.2 foot-pounds. Now we can put the vapor barrier back. Slide this wiring harness through here. And just re-secure it. If you have to, you can add more butyl tape. Put this little button back, or grommet. And re-secure the wiring harness. And connect this connector. Lock it in place. Now take the door panel, connect the electrical connector to the window switch. Lock it down. And slide the handle in position. Line it up with the clips and push it in. Now slide the door panel in the top part first, near the window, and push down. Line up all the door pins and lock it down. All right, install the screws. And the longer screw is going to go right here. Snug that down. Put this screw in right here. snug it down. And then these two screws are going to go right here. And snug them down. Go back and close all these covers. Right there, right here. And put this cover on. Just line it up and lock it in place. Put this trim piece back in, just line it up and lock it down.